While cultivating the right social environment is crucial, it's just one piece of a larger puzzle. Have you ever noticed how some people can take all this good advice and actually transform their lives, while others remain stuck in the same patterns? The difference isn't just another motivation hack or productivity tip, it's having a comprehensive system that addresses both your psychology and your daily actions. Let me introduce you to the 5-step transformation protocol. This system integrates everything we've discussed about identity, mindset, barriers, and environment into one practical approach. What makes this protocol different is that it addresses the psychological foundations that determine whether you'll actually follow through. It creates an entire ecosystem that supports your transformation. Let's break down each step of this protocol. Step 1. Identity mapping. This step focuses on defining who you need to become, not just what you want to accomplish. When someone quits smoking, the most powerful shift happens when they stop seeing themselves as a smoker trying to quit and start identifying as a non-smoker. This identity shift makes the actions that follow almost automatic. Implementation. Ask yourself, who is the person who would achieve this goal naturally? Then list the beliefs, daily habits, and thought patterns of that person. For example, if your goal is to write a book, you'd map out the identity of a writer, someone who writes consistently and prioritizes creative work. Step 2. Barrier breakdown. With your new identity established, you must prepare for obstacles. This step involves identifying both psychological barriers, like fear of judgment, and practical barriers, like lack of time, that might derail your progress. Implementation. For each barrier, create a specific plan for how you'll overcome it when it appears. If you know you'll face self-doubt, when sharing your work publicly, decide in advance how you'll respond, perhaps with a supportive friend to call or a specific mantra to repeat. Step 3. System design. Building on your identity and barrier plans, this step transforms intentions into actions. Rather than relying on motivation or willpower, focus on creating daily micro-routines that move you toward your goal automatically. Implementation. Make your routines so small and specific that they're nearly impossible to avoid. If you want to improve your public speaking skills, design a system where you record yourself speaking for just 2 minutes every morning while waiting for your coffee to brew. Step 4. Environmental engineering. With your systems in place, reinforce them by reshaping your surroundings. This step acknowledges that willpower often can't compete with environmental influences. Implementation. Intentionally modify your physical and social environments to support your new behaviors. If you're trying to eat healthier, rearrange your kitchen so fruits and vegetables are at eye level in the fridge, while less healthy options are hidden away. Or join a cooking club where healthy eating is the norm. Step 5. Progress tracking. The final step creates accountability through measurement, with an important distinction. Instead of just tracking outcomes like pounds lost, emphasize measuring the process itself. Implementation. Track the actions that lead to results rather than just the results. If you're building a business, track daily sales calls made rather than just sales closed. If you're learning a language, track study sessions completed rather than just fluency level. This approach creates a feedback loop that rewards consistency. What makes this 5-step protocol effective is how it addresses both the psychological elements that determine whether you'll take action and the practical systems that ensure those actions lead to results. It creates conditions where success becomes the path of least resistance. Think of the protocol as building a house. Identity mapping lays the foundation. Barrier breakdown secures the structure against storms. System design constructs the framework. Environment engineering furnishes the rooms. And progress tracking maintains the property over time. I've seen this protocol transform people's approaches across every domain. One person I worked with had been trying to write a novel for years. After implementing the protocol, they finished their first draft in just 4 months. The difference wasn't working harder, it was working differently, with a system that accounted for the full reality of how humans actually change. The protocol is completely customizable to your specific situation. The steps remain the same, but how you implement them will be unique to your goals, barriers, and environment. That's why it works across such a wide range of objectives, from health transformations to career changes. Each step reinforces the others. Your identity shift makes your daily systems feel natural. Your barrier planning supports your environment design. And your progress tracking continually strengthens your identity as someone who follows through. This isn't a quick fix. It's a fundamental shift in how you approach change. While it might seem like more work up front to implement all 5 steps, it eliminates the stop-start cycle that comes from relying on motivation alone. I encourage you to start small with this protocol. Pick one goal that matters to you and work through all 5 steps. Then watch what happens when all these elements work together. We've covered a lot of ground, but here's what it all comes down to. Goal achievement isn't about forcing yourself through sheer willpower. It's about working with your psychology rather than against it. When you develop self-awareness about your thought patterns and emotional responses, you can implement strategies that align with how your brain works. This harmony between intention and psychology separates consistent achievers from those who fall short. Embracing failure transforms your relationship with setbacks. Each obstacle becomes a learning opportunity that expands your capabilities. Remember that broken chair I finally fixed? Take your first micro step today, just one